on, baby. I like it. Let's go! Mavs take the huge Game 3. You know all the stats on that. The team that wins Game 3 wins the series overwhelmingly. 101-90. 101-90. Still has not given up 100 points to this explosive Clippers offense. But we finally cracked 100 just barely cracking the old century mark there. But the first team to 100 wins, the Mavs winning by 11. Let's just jump right in. I don't want to take all your time. Listen, you're here right now. I know there's a few people watching right now. Go ahead and comment in the chat below. Hit a like if you don't mind. Let me know what you thought about the game tonight. What was the standout moment or standout player to you tonight? We're going to look at the box score in just a second. And, you know, we normally start with Kyrie, Luka, whoever had the more dynamic game. That's not where we're starting tonight. Listen, Russell Westbrook just being Russ, like the bad, ugly version of Russ. He's been in the league forever. He's a mile past his prime. We all know that. But, man, this is who he's always been. If he gets tilted, if he gets slanted in the wrong direction, he can explode your momentum. He can rob you of your dynamic opportunities. He can just lose it. Now, he might go before some microphones in the next couple days and go, I was trying to light a fire under my team. But that's not what it was. He had just lost control. He just lost it. He had some altercations. They could have called so many fouls on Russ tonight. There was a couple plays against D-Live where they gave him a swipe or a steal or a block. And, man, he had arm. He was being so overly physical. The refs were letting this past his prime legend get away with murder until he stopped allowing them to. Until he just went bonkers, bananas, cuckoo, crazy pants, right? Until he just lost it. The refs were letting him get away with so much. Let's jump into the 30K. Let's look at this game from the high level, right? So what we've got going on in this game is the Mavs once again show up to play that defense. They are a defensive, let me say it, they are a defensive juggernaut. That's right. The last 20 games of the regular season where they had the number one defensive rating in all the league, that wasn't a mirage. They are stifling teams. They are stifling the Clippers. The Clippers have great shot makers. They got Paul George, who can pretty much always get himself a shot. They got Harden, who's been their best shot maker in the 3 games so far. None of us probably predicted that. And then Kawhi's still coming back. He's clearly not himself. But they have got shot takers and shot makers. Norman Powell hits open threes. Terrence Mann hits open threes. Like that's what they do. That's their bread and butter, right? Zubac is, if you leave him open, he's a big bull. But the Mavs collective unit is playing defense at such a high level. You could see the frustration. Could you see it? Could you see the frustration like percolating, boiling, bubbling to the top of the Clippers tonight? Man, I'm staying with the lucky cap, right? I'm staying right here. What's up, Jacob? Even with 0 points. We're going to talk about Mr. Josh Green. We're going to get to him in just a second. Great point, Jacob. Man, he was, I don't want to go into it yet. I want to get into Josh in a second, but Jacob, you're on the money right there. Absolutely. He was massive tonight. But collectively as a unit, they are playing such aggressive and team-oriented defense, right? They got the back line of Gafford, who, by the way, showed up tonight and looked a lot more like dominant post-scoring Gafford. Didn't have a great game for himself or anything like that, but looked like himself at least. When in the first 2 games, he just looked flummoxed. He looked just lost. Those first couple games, it looked like the lights were too bright for someone with almost no playoff experience. I think he was maybe in a play-in game or something, but that's it from the Wizards. Once again, the young man with the weight of the world, like real life weight of the world on his shoulders, D-Live shows up, and for his brothers and for his team and for his city and for his mother, he absolutely balls out. Plays really solid defense, gets that lob game going. The Clippers did not have an eye for the lob tonight. I think the Mavs probably had like 7 or 8 dunks tonight. That's just a guess. I haven't counted yet. What's up, Master Flame? Let's go! That's right. That's right. Let's go. The team that wins Game 3 in a 1-1 series in the first 2 games overwhelmingly wins the series. Now, it's not a done deal. They've got legends on the other side of the team, right? Those Clippers have legit stars, right? Great legends of the game over there. But the stats are heavily leading in our favor. That is great. And the Mavs came and really played a game that tonight looked like the way they closed out the season. The offense wasn't awesome. We're going to check the stats out in a second. The offense wasn't awesome, but the defense was elite. The offense was good enough. It was opportunistic, taking advantage of the Clippers' over-focus on Luka Kyrie. That's where the lobs come from for Gafford and D-Live, and they got some lobs on the break tonight. They ran a little bit more than they did in Game 2, which is a huge advantage the Mavs should have over the old legs of the Clippers, right? It's push that ball, right? So, man, just the defense. That's what's going to win games for this team. We've seen it in the past 20 games as they closed out the season as the best team in the league, or playing as good as anybody in those final 20 games. But, man, that's their identity. That is who they are. What stood out to you? What jumped out to you? Comment below. Right, yeah, Kawhi, 9 points. Yeah, absolutely. 7 points tonight. Took a bunch of shots. We'll look at him in just a second. Let's go ahead. I'm just too excited, guys. This game was electric without... Oh, man. This game was electric without Luka or Kyrie going bonkers. I was one of the people, like a lot of people I know on Mavs Twitter, that were like, Luka's about to have one of those nuclear games, right? He's about to go nuclear, right? That's what's about to happen. Kyrie's about to give us one of those 30-point, 35-point games, right? He's about to go crazy. No. Luka had a good game. Kyrie had a solid game. Once again, shows up in the second half. But this team is winning games decisively without their 2 superstars having to carry the whole load. Now, they carry most of the load. Of course they do. And they'll have to for this team to go anywhere. But the support guys, as everyone was predicting, the experts and the fans like me alike, when you get home, a weight is lifted off of the support players and they play their game. Dante Exum, has anyone seen him yet? Has anyone seen Dante yet? What's up? JLN says Tim McMahon had the Mavs 10 dunks in the first half. Oh, dang. Great stat. Thank you for that. In the first half, 10 dunks. That's the second most dunks for a team in the playoffs in over the last 25 years. Awesome stat. Thank you for passing that on. I did not know. 10 dunks in the first half. Shoot. Jacob, felt good to see our big step up and actually have a good game. I would say D-Live has been pretty solid, other than in Game 2, I thought D-Live was pretty solid, and he was a little shaky in Game 1, which is for a lot of understandable reasons. But yeah, they were both awesome tonight. Gafford and D-Live both combined to be what we know them to be, right? And then just down the stretch, we have the execution that makes everyone else envious, right? We got that Luka and Kyrie 2-man game. We got the ball in either one of their hands. You can't just take away Luka. You can't just take away Kyrie. Now, good luck taking away Luka, right? But Luka looked exhausted tonight. Did you notice that? He looked like, especially for having a couple days rest, he looked bushed, man. He looked exhausted. Now, the Clippers are facing so much defensive attention on him that it kind of makes sense. But, man, for a while there, I was like, man, there was a stretch in either the late third or early fourth where he was throwing up bad passes. He wasn't breaking the zone. He was settling for bad shots. And I was like, oh, no. Is this how they get back in the game? And I think they got it back down to 9 points, 8 points, something like that. After the lead was as much as 17 before that, it got, I think, up to 19 a little bit later after that. because the rest of the team picked Luka up, and Luka, kind of snapped out of his funk. All right, let's jump to the box because there's some awesome stuff to talk about here. Anyone watching right now, let me know what stood out to you. Who stood out or what stood out to you in the chat? Go ahead and give me a like if you don't mind. I've been told by every streamer ever that I've ever watched that helps. So go ahead and help out if you can. Let's jump into the box. Here we go. All right, the overall game stats. Here we go. So the Mavs shoot 45% from the field. Just the Clippers actually beat us by a few percentage points there. So the shooting was pretty equal. 3 points. Look at this. This is what I hate. I don't like this, but I'm just like, yes, look at that. We only shot 26.5% from 3. 9 of 34. Guys, that's terrible. That is terrible. And yet we won the game by 11 because of that defense. Now, are the threes going to come around? Yes, they have. I think we were over 40% in game 2. That's going to come and go because our support shooters are very kind of are very iffy, right? They're very kind of iffy three-point shooters. But look at that. I know this isn't something to celebrate. It'd be interesting to see if anyone else tonight's talking about it, like from a positive. We won a game by 11 points against a team that's a difficult matchup for us on a night where we shot less than 27% from 3. Look at the turnovers game, guys. There it is again. This team, under the stewardship, under the calm guiding hand of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, does not turn that ball over. And the support players don't either. Look at that. 8-19. We force the turnovers with that defense, but we don't turn it over. 8 turnovers is awesome in a playoff game. Now I'm assuming that Ty Lue is going to throw a fit at that number for the Clippers. That 19 turnovers, that's losing basketball. In the playoffs, you're only playing good teams in the playoffs. You give a good team 19 second chances like that, 19 extra possessions, no, you're going to lose the game almost always. We did get out-rebounded. 41-36. That's close enough. I'm not worried about that. We out-assisted them, but it's pretty close right there. Look at the blocks. We always win the blocks with Gafford and Lively and PJ and Derek Jones Jr. and Kyrie sneaking in there every once in a while, Luka sneaking in there every once in a while. We are going to always win the block game or overwhelmingly win the block game 7-4. That's awesome. They out defensive rebounded us pretty strong. We out offensive rebounded them pretty strong. There we go. Points off of turnovers. Look at that. Yeah, of course. They had 19 turnovers, and we took advantage of that. 29-14. What's that, a plus 15 and points off turnovers? That is awesome. That is awesome. School says PJ stood out, dog. Oh, yes, he did, School. Absolutely, PJ stood out. He stood like that, right? He stood out like that. Man, he's a tough dude, man. Only 25 years old and already like a strong-minded veteran. I love PJ Washington, especially what he brings defensively, right? Fast break points, we beat him there. I would like to see this pushed out even further. In game 1, it was a huge dominating margin. 22-15 is really good. A 7-point margin, that's great. But we can run on these guys. We can run. The Mavs need to look to run. Now, the Clippers are a really solid defensive unit right now. And they've got all those long arms and all those long guys, those tall guys. But we can run on these guys. We can run on them. I just know we can. And the second chance points, 12-12. Who are we going to start? Who are we going to start with tonight? Someone with amazing stats like Kyrie or Luka? No. Who are we going to talk about first tonight? Aussie. Oi. Josh Green. What did he do? Well, just 3 for 5 from the field. 8 points, 5 rebounds, no assists, 1 steal, no blocks. I mean, that's a pretty pedestrian-looking box score, right? No. You watched the game like I did, didn't you? He was everywhere. And his 24 minutes, which is huge, that Josh got 24 minutes, that means that the coaches saw the impact he was making, right? It wasn't just us that saw it. It was like, oh, we got to get him those minutes. Of course, he's also getting a lot of minutes that might have gone to THJ. I hope he keeps getting those minutes, even if THJ gets healthy. I hope Josh gets the minutes because he's a productive player. When he's on, he is so impactful. He doesn't have to score 8 points in 24 minutes. He doesn't have to score to be so impactful. Man, I just want to salute Josh Green tonight because he played himself a whale of a game, a heck of a game. Who else are we going to go to next? Luka, Kyrie now? No. PJ Washington, defensive stopper. That's right. I tweeted it out there tonight. I posted it out there tonight. Next year, PJ Washington's going to fool around and end up on one of the all defensive teams. I just remember who called it, right? Maybe you called it before me, but I'm just saying I'm early on it. Next year, PJ Washington, all defensive team. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it. He can guard anybody. He can guard anybody. Jacob says, I was excited for Derrick Jones Jr. signing, but never thought he'd be such an integral part of our defense. That's right. And even adding in some good offensive efforts. Yeah, what he brings defensively is more important, but every once in a while, we need to get him one of those oops. We need to get him one of those cutting layups. We need to get him one of those little kind of float paint shots that he's pretty good at. Off of a pump fake off a three, and then every once in a while we need him to hit a wide open three because he's gonna get him. Salute Josh Green. Heck yes. PJ Washington, man who backs down from no one. What did Derrick Jones Jr. say? I'm scared of no man. PJ Washington, same man. Scared of no man. He will guard Kawhi. He will guard Harden. He will guard Russ. And when they bark, Kawhi doesn't bark, but when the other guys will bark, especially Russ, he just looks at them and smiles and go like, what? What? It's almost like, now he would never say this, right? With a microphone in front of his face, but it's almost like he's saying, what, old man? What? You're past your prime. You're on the downward side of the mountain. You're on the back nine. I'm the young dog here, right? I'm only 25. I'm just now entering my prime. School says also salute to points in the paint. Absolutely. Yes, D-Live and Gaff. Points in the paint. That's the way this team thrives. That's the way this team thrives. Of course, we gotta be led by our two Lamborghinis, right? That's what I call them. I call our team the Lamborghinis and the Junkyard Dogs, right? The two Lamborghinis and the Junkyard Dogs. But we gotta feed those big men. They gotta be feasting off of those lobs and getting those paint touches. Absolutely. PJ Washington. Heck yes. Not his best night, but once again, another efficient night. 0 for 4. I was going to say, I don't remember him hitting a 3. 0 for 4 from 3, but 5 of 10 from the field. A block, 3 steals, an assist, 5 rebounds, 10 points. What did I call him early on? Matrix Jr. Yeah, I think someone else I saw that called him Trix Jr. I was like, yeah, or Trix Redux or something. But it was exactly what I said early on. He's Matrix Jr. He's never going to be, I don't think he's going to be the legend that Sean Marion was, but he fits the mold, doesn't he? That's not crazy, right, to say that. He fits the mold. He's incredibly switchable. He's long. He's aggressive. He's strong. Defensively, he can guard 1 through 4. He could be a small ball 5. Like, he's just so versatile defensively. And that's what we've got. Between Derrick Jones Jr., between Dante Exum, PJ, we got these versatile defenders who can just switch. And they're not giving up an advantage, which is just, like, what other teams can say that? To the level of skill that the Mavs can. It's just awesome. PJ Washington, salute. All right, who's next? Who showed up tonight? Home cooking, feeling good again. Mr. Daniel Gafford, 25 minutes, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 4 or 5 from the field, 3 big old blocks, 2 steals. I wasn't aware of the steals. 2 big old steals. Just looking like himself again, right? That's all he needs to be. He doesn't need to press. He doesn't need to be more than he is. He just needs to be the Daniel Gafford that we saw as a starter over the last, 20 games or so of the season. He just needs to be himself. Don't press. Just be you. Zubac is a big old boy. He's bigger than you, Daniel. We know. He's going to score around you. He's got soft touch around the rim, but just put that shoulder into him, right? The refs are letting you play physical. They're letting him play physical. They're letting everyone play physical. You play physical, big dog. Landlord. Salute to the landlord. Showed up tonight. Just gave us it wasn't some incredible explosion. 8 points, 4 rebounds. Those 3 blocks are nice, right? Those 3 blocks are nice. Who are we going to next? Oh, it's my young goat. It's my second favorite Maverick right now. One, Mr. Derek Lively the second. In only 15 minutes. Notice that. In only 15 minutes. 6 of 8 from the field. 13 points. Only 2 rebounds. And then 2 blocks for the young man. Once again, he's like addicted to going 50% from the free throw line. That's next season. That's got to improve. Next season, I want to see him hit 70%. That's not too much to ask. Jacob says, who does THJ take minutes from when he comes back? I hope my grandma. And she's in heaven, but I hope he's getting her minutes. I hope he's just getting a couple like, hey, are you on a heater, THJ? Kind of just check the heater status. And if he's not, pull him right back out because he cannot do what everyone else can do, right? Yeah. Panda. Whoa, Panda, my guy. Panda. I remember when Panda first came on the scene, man. Absolutely. Love Panda Hank. If you're not following Panda Hank, you got to watch those recap highlight videos that he throws out there every night or almost every night after the game. I know you're probably working hard, right, Panda? So get back to it, brother. We were waiting for that video. Love listening to your thoughts, my guy. Man, thank you, Panda. You're welcome here anytime. We love everything you bring to the community. So D-Live, playing defense, not grabbing enough rebounds really for 15 minutes, but still making defensive impact, right? That length just dissuades guys from attacking. And I love that. I love watching this kid defend on the perimeter, but especially in the paint. D-Live, salute. Where are we going? Okay, we're finally gonna get to the guys we normally start with. Luka Doncic, 7 of 25 from the field. It wasn't just your eyes telling us that Luka was having a tough game, right? It wasn't just our eyes. 7 of 25, 3 of 13 from 3. He has been rough from 3 in this series. But still, 40 minutes from our hero, from our MVP. 40 minutes. And that's what he's going to give us every single night. 40 plus minutes. Every single playoff game that he's healthy. And man, did your heart skip a beat like mine did tonight? Did your heart stop for a minute? Did you say a little prayer for our Slovenian wonder kid tonight? When he hobbled off the floor. Then for a second, you remember we were playing 4-on-5. Luka hobbled to the sideline and we weren't able to get we weren't able to get a substitution. Man, I was terrified in that moment. I'm going, here's the season. Here goes the playoffs. And then he comes out and he still has his way and guides the team. He couldn't shoot to save his life, but he ends up being a plus 11, which is the margin we won by on the night. 22 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. And if you listen to the rest of the league, one more assist, he had a good game. No, good game. Good game. We want that shot. We want that shot to be found, brother. We want you to find your smooth shot, but way to gut it out tonight, Luka. My MVP, your MVP, our MVP. Who else? Who else showed up? Well, not so much in the first half. I think only had a couple shot attempts in the first half. But Kyrie Irving does what he does. I wish he would have some energy for the first half, but I think maybe mentally he just gives the first half to Luka and he saves all that magic, all that energy, all that finesse, all that skill for the second half. 21 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. 8 of 17 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3. Awesome. Not the most mind-boggling numbers, right? But he just delivers. Luka's having a tough night, and you can almost see Curry go, I got you, right? I got you, little brother. Let me take over for a while. Your shot's failing you tonight. Let me step up. Let me shoot that dagger, pull up 3 on the break. Let me get in there and make those shots that 100 people in the whole world can make. I don't know, 50 people in the whole world can make. 5 people in the whole world can make. Sometimes, what he does with the ball, the shots he makes are just insane. Thank you, Kyrie Irving, for showing up. Guys, go ahead in the comment section. Let me know what stood out to you. What player or play really stood out to you? Man, I was ticked at Russell Westbrook tonight. Now, it's nothing I don't expect. I've been watching him his whole career. I've been watching the dude his whole career, and he is a live wire. Let's see what some people online are thinking. Brett says, it's encouraging to be able to win even with a relatively poor offensive outing. It's the first time we hit 100 there, Brett. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, not great. The numbers were not great. It's more sustainable in the playoffs than relying on the threes. Yeah, if you live and die by the 3, you're going to die. You're going to die. Unless you got Steph Curry or something. Steph and Clay in their prime, you're dying. Yeah, absolutely, Brett. Good point. Luka MVP, what's up? This team plays differently than any other team in the Luka era in a very good way. That's right. What is that way? Defense. Boom, boom. Defense. Boom, boom. Yeah, the 22 team could play some defense, but they were small. This team plays big boy bully ball with PJ just folding his arms, going like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Andrew says, that game was incredible. I had no idea that a team in Dallas could actually play defense. Yeah, but they did. Absolutely they did. And they have been. This whole series, they've been playing defense. And the last 20 games of the regular season, they have the number 1 defensive rating in the whole league, Andrew. That's right. Midgar says, I'm in love with this team. Man, right back at you. Man, same. Absolutely. Jordan says Clippers are cooked. You heard the broadcast crew tonight talking about how they were hanging their heads. They weren't communicating. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see. Ty Lue's a great coach. Not a good coach, a great coach. It'll be interesting to see if he's got any other aces up his sleeve outside of just healthy Kawhi Leonard, which he clearly isn't right now. I mean, let's crow a little bit. Let's crow. Let's feel ourselves a little bit tonight. Let's also acknowledge that's not 100% Kawhi, right? That's not 100% Kawhi. I'm sorry. Secular 202 says, "Give me a ring." Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Absolutely. I'll give you a ring. I'll give you a ring. How about at the end of June, all the Mavs fans just get a ring? How's that? I like it. I'll just take wins. Let me just stack some wins. Absolutely. I followed off your tweet, Panda. Great recommend. Hey, thanks, Spinning My Wheels, and thanks, Panda. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so what else happened tonight? Let's see here. What happened? So we've got the Pacers, that overtime win against the Bucks. Absolutely. I don't know about you guys. I'm totally rooting for the Pacers. Rick Carlisle's not really the reason. I love the way they play. Rick's a great coach, of course, but I love Halliburton. I've really been a fan of Siakam most of his career. And, man, let's see. We got the Wolves currently up. We got the Wolves currently up on the Suns. Oh, I just want them to sweep the Suns so bad. Suns in 4. Yeah, 4 games. It's all it might take to sweep the Suns away. And if they get swept, oh my gosh, what's going to be happening out there in the land of the sun? What's going to be happening in Phoenix if this team that's just spent all of their draft capital to pull in Kevin Durant and bring in Bradley Beal, if they get swept in the first round, oh my gosh. Jacob says, went to Italy over spring break. Now you're just bragging, Jacob. Congratulations on Italy. I've been there too. Went to Italy over spring break for a few weeks and couldn't watch the games. Your highlights on Twitter saved me and helped me keep up to speed. Hey, man. Awesome. That's why I do it. I do it so people who are scrolling on Twitter, Mavs fans, can get a taste at least of the game. If they can't watch it, they get a taste of it, right? They get a feel of it. At least the best moments, I hope, right? And the most important moments. Very cool, Jacob. I appreciate you saying that. Oh, I just want the Suns to lose so badly. I just want them to lose so badly. Oh, all right, guys. I'll send you guys off to the other big streamers out there. I hope you'll come back. I can get off a little. I can get the stream started a little quicker. I just get a jump on some of these bigger streamers out there. But we're trying to build a community, right? And, man, I know the Mavs fans are excited to talk Mavs. And so I'm going to release you guys to the other streamers out there. Go check out We Talk Mavs. Go check out Nick and Slightly out there. Go check out Kirk and Josh out there. They're doing good work too. Thank you guys for joining us. 2-1, Dallas Mavericks. Let's go, Mavs!